Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 11th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So, last episode we ended with some interesting information being revealed to Michael that he's had a call from the hospital. He did go into like an MRI scanner. They was checking his brain. You know, Sarah is concerned about the symptoms that he's obviously like been showing, and she's actually revealed some information that's quite scary and basically said, look mate, we have to take you in to do an operation or to get seen to tonight, mate. You know, Michael's like, look, we need 2 days. She's like, no mate, not 2 days. Literally, if we wait that long, you could possibly die. This is how bad it is. It's serious, you know what I mean? We need to go now. So maybe that's where he goes in today's episode, and we focus in on everybody else, you know, going and progressing forward. We did see that Lincoln and Sucre went to the underground tunnel, didn't they? They went to the wall. They wanted to try and break in, obviously, into the building so that they could get to SCYLLA. Now, interestingly, Sucre stood on a mine. Yes, an outer wall system is there to protect it. Obviously, it can kill the people that are standing on it, but also it alerts the people on the inside that somebody's trying to infiltrate their building and obviously attack the system. Now, Gretchen, she's actually come down and she's tried to help them, interestingly enough. You know, she was there, she kind of like diagnosed what kind of bomb it was and was saying that she could deactivate it if he moved himself a little bit over, and she went in there to actually do it as well. But it turns out that that was not actually the case. If anybody tries to tamper or deactivate it once it's been triggered, then the alarms will actually go off. But Mahomes, yes, he managed to again be a good asset to the team, and he was doing some research. He went to speak to somebody who actually created SCYLLA for the first time, and he was asking him about the coding and everything and the firewalls and all the stuff that's going on and how did he infiltrate it. And the guy won't release any of the information, but the company have actually come to get him because they're having troubles moving SCYLLA now, and they need him to do it again and make sure that he's safe in the location that they moved to. But the guy's wife, who obviously hates all the company and everything like that, spun around the road, and she's give what's his name now, Mahomes, like a leaflet or a page or something, and basically it reveals all these little different codes, and all these codes obviously will give them more information moving forward in what they all mean through all of Whistler's book. Now Michael's obviously figured it out, and basically what it is the alarm system, like I said, will blow up and it'll also signal to everybody else, but there's also a fail-safe place inside of the you know, inside the system where they can actually deactivate it for like 30 seconds, and just before Gretchen was about to obviously trigger it, set the alarm off and possibly kill themselves, he's ran in, stopped it, ran over, pressed the button, they've jumped off, everybody's safe. You know, he's saved the day. And we had the full-on confirmed death of Brad as well. I know that we did see him in the tunnel pretty much 100% die, but it was confirmed when we seen his body laying in a casket, looking peaceful if I'm being honest. And they lay a little badge on him as well because obviously he really wanted to be a cop, didn't he? But he failed. That's why he's obviously a CO in the prison, and his body's being returned to his mother. Now again, interestingly, Teabag, working on his own plan, his own situations, has kind of figured out that his receptionist is not the person that she believes or she's saying she is. You know, she dropped the name James Whistler and no one's ever mentioned that around her before, and Teabag's thinking, what's going on here, mate? How does she know that? Who's mentioned that? And he's done some digging into her himself. He's got her CV or whatever it is, a job application that she you know, sent in to work at the company, and basically he's found a number for her old employer. He's called them up, waited for them to answer, and who is it? Yes, it's Don himself. And then obviously Teabag's put 2 and 2 together and slammed it short. So he's got his own little interest going. Everybody else is kind of working together. You know, from Gretchen trying to deactivate the bomb from Sucre, it kind of give them a bit of trust that she's kind of on their side, and they've asked her to go and get the 6th key. Who knows if she's going to do it or not? Totally forgot about it. Interested to see if she can. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
A little bit more. Go slow.
Yo, they're being well quiet there. What are you doing there? Removing all the debris. Hey, look at that.
What we must do is make sure that cosmic justice rains down upon him. For once we obtain the good general's card, there ain't hardly nothing standing in between us and Mr. Feng's $125 million. Born on a mountainside.
Just keep both hands on the camera. Let's go.
He's like bisexual, Teabag, isn't he? Goes with men and women, he's not even bothered.
So much, Dr. Malden. Malden can see you today.
He's given us his word he won't alert the authorities. If
There's still so much to do. All right.
Health does come first, though, doesn't it? Especially if you know that it runs in the family.
He's sick. But I guarantee you one thing that'll make him worse. Going back to jail. And if we don't get in there, we're all going.
Look at that, mate. That is mad. It's mad, that, isn't it? You know, when you usually see stuff like this, it's like on Mission Impossible, isn't it? When it's in a room and they break through the glass at the top and he rope down and he's like hovering over the box and then the guard comes in and they floating in midair like that for ages out there. Then they disappear and then they descend down and then they grab it and hook themselves back up. Don't look like they could do that there. I have no idea how they're going to get in, but the visuals look really good. It looks like really protected.
scared too, but a hospital's the best place for him right now. Alex and Fernando should be back soon with the video, right?
Should be, yeah.
So then all we need is the 6th card.
8 guards will accompany SCYLLA from the basement bunker up to the garage where an armored truck will be waiting.
One truck is not going to be enough security.
That is why I have a full Secret Service escort to March Air Force Base. Truck to guards to final location.
He's loving it. Yeah, look, she's not happy.
Somewhere?
I have an appointment.
You could tell that she's hostile against her.
They're gonna have to secure 4 pins into your skull, and they're gonna need a small drill to do it.
Do we have to listen to this?
I want to hear this, Link.
They'll fit you with a helmet, they'll calibrate it so that each of the 201 holes are aimed directly for the tumor, and at that point, it's just a matter of...
I've got 2 more boxes in the car that you guys gotta bring in yourself. You sure this is gonna get you in?
Let us worry about getting in. You worry about how we're getting out.
You sure you're all right? Yeah. Today's the day. We're gonna take these bastards down.
We got 4 hours. How come?
I'm going in for treatment.
We have to break through 2 walls. 1 concrete, 1 glass. Do it without making a sound.
Hypersensitive parabolic microphones pointed in all directions. Floor sensors can detect an added surface load of just 2 pounds. We make 1 wrong move. The camera goes on, and General Krantz knows we're inside.
To generate an electromagnetic field.
To have an electromagnetic field with the force that we want, we're gonna need at least a couple of car batteries.
What time are we expecting Gretchen to get that 6th card?
She's trying to get it now, that's what it is. She's trying to pretend she's going to sleep with him.
It wasn't easy getting away from the office.
I could have come to you. Take off this jacket, let me get in there.
You don't look like he's up for it.
I didn't bring it with me.
Oh, she figured it out.
That is what you're looking for. Why did you feel you needed to steal my card? Don't you know that if you'd waited just a little bit longer, you'd had one of your own? Who are you selling it to?
I'm the mother of your child.
Oh, fucking hell, it's his kid.
For Emily's sake.
If I ever see you again, I'll shoot you on sight.
Is everything all right, Cole?
I got something important you need to know. How much is it gonna cost me to get that jacket off of you?
I'm not gonna strip for you.
Pity an old man.
You're disgusting.
And lecherous and vile.
Cole, I need to see you in my office now. Today with that Idaho group, you made this company $35,000. It's our annual cruise. 7 days and 6 nights of non-stop pitching. I personally clear $50,000 on most trips.
Unfortunately, I have some business I need to take care of right here.
6 seconds to make it across the hallway and through the glass wall.
Basically.
If we could get our hands on some liquid nitrogen, we could regulate the temperature. I'm not gonna ask you how you're feeling.
Good. Ain't it shit, innit?
About 4 years after I joined the Bureau, special agent in charge, he was diagnosed with liver cancer. But for him, the hardest part wasn't the treatment. The hardest part was leaving the office. He was scared that we were gonna lose the case and that a lot of bad men were gonna walk.
Let me guess. He had a ragtag band of criminals ready to pick up the slack.
Yeah, something like that.
Michael is deteriorating quick though. Do you remember his first symptom and then like 3 episodes ahead now he's like proper going for it?
Wouldn't take off a jacket for $1,000. She's got a gun under there. You have any idea what I'm giving up here? I was guaranteed 50 grand. I have a job. I make money. I get mail. People call me sir.
Thing tells me Theodore Bagwell wouldn't last long in this situation.
Yeah, maybe. But Cole Pfeiffer would.
You know what? I have to say it, right? A teabag in that situation, I mentioned it before, just said it again then. Like, I could tell that he likes his job, but it's the people don't understand that even if you have lots of money, yeah, like it's doing something that feels fulfilling. That's what's really good. That's like, you know, obviously I'd rather be rich than be working, but like I would also want to do something that gives me some sort of self-worth and feel good about myself. That's why I'd always like, I like animals, so I'd do like an animal sanctuary or something, and I get my joy and fulfillment from obviously like helping all of those. But like him for himself, he's enjoying his life and he's working, he's getting paid, he's getting called sir, he's feeling good about himself, he's totally distant from Teabag, and now he's called Pfeiffer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I do get where he's coming from. Okay, yeah, he's going to get 25 mil here or whatever, and that's clearly better than the 50k. But the fact is, this is spiralling all out of control, not guaranteed to get the money, and here he's doing well. Do you know what I mean? I bet in his head, deep down, he's kind of thinking, do you know what? I wish that I was never even involved in this, and I could have just carried on just being and pretending to be this guy.
Is it really worth $125 million?
It's worth twice as much.
What if they refuse to hand it over?
Either we pay for SCYLLA or we kill for it.
Can't make any noise above 10 decibels.
Do we even have a chance?
Just make sure the hole's in the right place.
We need that 6 card, Don.
I know.
If we don't get the 6 card, we're never gonna crack SCYLLA.
I know it. There's got to be a way. There has to be a way.
Not without losing another man.
You know, Gretchen did pass on this one piece of information for you. This could be helpful.
Oh, I want to know what it is.
The buyer just showed up.
I was expecting the next time the three of us would be in the same room together. You'd have something for me.
Hit a few bumps in the road. Now, to ensure the item's safe recovery, we need your help.
All that avails is flight. Maybe my father was onto something.
You're gonna get through this.
Not going to the hospital. Link, just get in the car. I'm going with you.
Suppress the rapid firing of neurons for the next 3 hours, making it unlikely that you'll have a seizure in that time. I don't want you to move unless you absolutely have to. And as soon as this is over, I'm taking you to the hospital.
It's gonna go exactly as planned. I promise.
You called me in here to confirm my lunch plans?
You were right. If it weren't for you, this would be in the wind. Call the other card holders, get them in here.
I don't get how nobody notices all these people just walking in and out of his office.
The game's afoot.
Does Michael have a way to get the card?
There's no way he's going down there without a plan to finish the job.
I got a call from an old friend. Heard SCYLLA was in play. He wants to know if he could get in on it.
A bidding war? Is he for real?
I don't know.
He's setting her up.
House where we can hear him out. Do you have a pen?
Here, Ma. Got it. I'm on my way. I got some last-minute negotiations with the buyer to speak about. I'll be back lickety-split.
All right. This is it.
Turn all your phones off. You know what I mean? Don't have it on there.
Good luck.
I understand they've got the hole, but how are they getting through the wall? That's what I don't understand. I understand that they made the camera hole and they've obviously been watching it, but like, how are they getting their physical body through that wall without creating enough noise? You know what I mean? Like, if it's enough to go through that tunnel, they're just walking, and then a little bit of noise can travel through the little one that they pierce for the camera. How are they actually going to do it? You know what I mean? It is going to be interesting because they still have to get through that glass, and the only way I can think of is like they do like in Mission Impossible, where they stick something to it and then they cut around it like a circle, then they suction it off and put it down, and they swing through the hole. You know what I mean? And they go in it that way. And I have no idea how these guys are going to do it.
We have to break through 2 walls. One concrete, one glass. To get through that, we have to generate an electromagnetic field.
We're gonna need at least a couple of car batteries.
It's fortified with steel fibers, just like you said.
What's that doing? Weakening the wall? I actually don't understand what they've done there with that car battery. Did they make the rods move or something? Secret's got the worst job out of it. That would stress me out, just scraping against that wall. Oh, is that gonna catch anything that falls down? Like any bit of dust on the other side? I don't know. It's interesting though, isn't it? Imagine someone gets out the elevator now and just stares at them. You know what I mean? Like, literally. Oh, right. Are they gonna like hook it over and create like a little path for ladder across? Have they got to let some cold out? Yeah. Well, I think it's a pretty sick idea, me, to be honest, what they've done here, what they're thinking about doing. Mate, I knew that could have fell. It wasn't hooked on. I mean, to be fair, this plan's quite clever, to be honest. It really, really is. It's like being a scaffolder and you get one pole at a time and you got to lock it in, next one, lock it. You know, they're bringing in the wood as well. I like how they got that thing to obviously cool the air down. But straight away, honestly, straight away, as soon as you whip that out, I said, mate, that could fall. Like, everything else that they've got around there seems to have some sort of support. It's got a brace, it's got a, whatever you call it, a cable, a rope, all of it. Apart from that, one little wrong move, boom, over. Especially it being the material that it is as well. You know, if you ever drop something like that on the floor, it just ping, 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 really, really loud. That's probably louder than him, like, falling on the floor himself or coughing. Now, I think he actually caught it as he was just about to hit it, but it did make a bit of noise. Like, to me, that's surely higher than 10 decibels. But we're going to say it's not, because I actually want to see them go through with it. What I would choose to do is they go all the way, they get through the glass, they go right up to SCYLLA, and then somebody comes out the elevator, and then it'd be like standoff. Everyone's like, what the hell's going on? Panic stations. That'd be interesting. So far, they've done everything so good, and I want to see them at least get all the way over and try and get through the glass before, obviously, they get caught. Mate, he's hanging. Look, his foot. Not you, Michael. In it. Not you, Michael. Get back. Well, the heat's got to be coming up. He's got to start sweating, surely.
(1917 Piermont Avenue).
When was the last time you swept the room?
The Academy.
All right, just follow my lead, okay? Because Gretchen and Bag will have no respect for human life.
I'm actually very surprised that she's coming to this location, considering T-Bag actually told her where he's going. Big play from them, to be fair.
There's no way they're gonna hand it over without a fight.
If they take that position, we'll respond in kind.
It's time.
I see what I mean. I knew that they're going to be going down as they're going to be in there. They can't even say, Michael, are you okay? Because it probably raise of decibels. Thumbs up, yeah, sound. Not a problem, lads. How's he getting through the glass? Like I said, no idea. The only way I've seen it is when they get it there, like on the suction thing, and they spin it round, kind of like the dial, until it cuts through it slowly. Oh, maybe they're doing it. Look, he has got his suction thing. Or maybe he's doing what I just said. That's really clever. He's freezing the area around it so he can pop it out.
Oren, Tuxhorn, and Edison are standing by. Scuderi was in Las Vegas.
Very good work.
You're my #1 girl now. He has to lie that down well, though. Imagine if one of them suction cups comes undone. Said only one person can see on that room anyway, and it was a general, wasn't it? You'd think that if he picks it up, it'd be triggered.
I need a team downstairs, now!
Yo, Michael's going bare slow, mate. I don't know what he's doing there. As soon as I was in that room, mate, as soon as I got in that room and went over to that machine, or whatever it is, yeah, I would have picked it up and I would have bounced. I say it all the time. I'd be Usain bolting that out of there as fast as I can, mate. But the thing is, he probably knows that there's some sort of sensory on there. You know, it would be stupid of them not to have that. You know what I mean? Like, it's in a set location right here, and if it moves or shifts in any way, then you would expect to get an alert. You know what I mean? They've set up all these procedures around the perimeters. They've got the bombs on the floor. You know, they've got the sensors in the corner detecting heat, decibels going, and then they put it into another room. You would think that inside of that room, there'd be motion sensors as well. I would have thought so anyway. So I would expect, like, if it was me and I was going to that extreme, I would have the sensors on the outside of the room, and I would also have that same mechanism and procedures on the inside of the room. Why? Well, why not? Do you know what I mean? You've gone through the trouble of protecting this, and it's your key asset. You know what I mean? You've only got one camera in there, nobody else is supposed to see it, and it's got the most information that you could ever imagine on it that you're trying to kind of use to ascend in the US government. Like, I don't know, I think you would do that, and you would obviously have the motion sensor on there, which he kind of has done, which I can't really complain about because it's logical sense. I was thinking the whole time that he was doing this, like, maybe they should have masked up, you know, because at some point, somebody's going to notice it's missing. And they know that this camera's in there, and they'll be able to backtrack and see who it was. They're probably hoping that they can get out there in time. Interestingly, you know, I think that they've done the smart way and not kind of alerted the alarms. So, like, the general knows that Michael's down there, but what he's not done is set the alarms off, which could then just allow Michael to just pick it up and run and try and pass it off and get away. You know what I mean? First of all, the general doesn't know how they've actually got into that room. He didn't really look into the glass in the other building, but they've actually sent all the team down. It looks like there's a lot of them, and they're going down there. And I was saying it'd be interesting if they go across, and once they're in the room trying to grab it, that the elevator opens and they all kind of like stare looking at each other, and a panic happens. Kind of looks like we're about to get that. And I do think it was good how he cut the glass. You know, I said it as well, put the suction on and cut it round. He'd done it in a different approach. I never thought about freezing it. He basically done it, scored around it, froze the area, popped it off, and laid it down gently. Now, again, I think it would have been interesting is if one of those suction cups lost a bit of its grip, because I've done that before, you know, picking up a tile off a floor or something like that, and you've not, like, pressurised it enough, and it's obviously slipped away. Caused a bit of panic then. Like I said, very good, very interesting, but also it's going to be not going to plan. I knew at this, well, I think at some point in the episode, it was like, today's the day, done or something. I was like, mate, it's never going to plan. First of all, we've got like 12 episodes left of the season. Second of all, you know what I mean? There's too many parties and interests involved. And now we've got Zhang, who's got, you know, well, the receptionist, I don't even know her name, and Don. And then we've got them waiting in the office for Michael and Lincoln to come out. And we've got the general coming down. So I'm hoping that next episode's really good, to be honest. It's got, like, the potential of a lot of action and a lot of fighting. And I really can't wait to find out. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now, Michael, I can't believe how quickly his health is deteriorating me. Like, I know that we've seen him have the symptoms, and I think it's only as recent as the episode that Brad died, which is like 2 episodes ago, where he started having all of these things that are setting him back. You know what I mean? So, like, throughout the whole season, we've seen him having a few nosebleeds, and maybe sometimes he holds his head. It's like, you know what I mean? But, like, we've not had these blurry visions. We've not had these fainting. We've not had these, like, things that are kind of stopping him from being as good and useful as he always is. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever since that Brad died, that episode when he was putting, like, the pipe through and he couldn't really do anything, he kind of, like, sat down or something, and I think he's fainted as well. You know, it's been really, really bad, and we are slowly building up to his demise, basically. You know, like I said, supposed to be the last season, 12 episodes left. Still a long time to go, to be honest. Like, what are we on now? Is this episode 11? So we still got more than we've watched so far the rest of this season. But Michael's health is really bad right now in terms of how I personally think it looks anyway. And, like, he was supposed to go into the doctors today for a procedure, you know what I mean? The guy could see him at 3 o'clock. He's decided not to do it. He thought that this mission was more important. I mean, I don't know why it's like Michael had to go in there. I'm not saying Michael didn't do anything, but, like, what did he do there that the other 3 couldn't have done without him there? Does that make sense? He started lingering in his head saying, look, mate, what if they go and do this mission and then it goes south and all of these die and I go to the doctors and I survive? How can I live myself for that? Do you know what I mean? Like, how can I live knowing that they died trying to do the thing that I was trying to help them with, and I was the one that survived because I had to, you know, like, step out? But it's just unlucky, isn't it? It just is. And the fact is, you know, he should have gone to the doctors. Sarah was right, you know what I mean? Like, this one here actually said to him, like, 2 episodes ago, I know that you're not this guy. I know you're Michael Scott. Is he not Michael Scott? If he was Michael Scott, then he'd be in Dunder Mifflin. I know you're Michael Schofield, and, you know, I'm not actually going to call it in. I just want to make sure that you're okay. You know what I'm saying? And if you come in, I'll treat you, and you can go without me even telling anybody that you was here. And Sarah was like, look, mate, you know, if you decide to go in this plan and you start to go forward and you end up fainting, somebody else is going to treat you. They're going to alert the authorities. They're going to know you're not in Fox River or whatever you're supposed to be. And then obviously all this spiral thing's going to be happening again. So I don't know. I feel like this plan could have gone ahead without him being there. But I also have to say that Michael would have been a person that created most of this plan, and mate, it was really clever. The fact is that they've gone in, they've drilled the holes. I have no idea how they actually scraped through that wall. I don't really know what went on with that. I mean, I'm not an engineer and stuff like that. They got the car back, like everything apart from how they got in the wall, I think was really clever, and I understood. How they got in the wall, I'm not too sure. They got the two car batteries, and then he had like a pole. I don't know if it was metal or something, and he put it close to the wall, and I don't know if it was conducting electricity or something. So the rods that was inside the concrete, because if you didn't know, if you pour concrete, you got to put steel bars in there, because obviously it tightens it up. I'm thinking that they started vibrating or moving, which obviously loosens the concrete on the outside. So then when they're hitting it, the solids or whatever you want to call it is not as firm, and it could chip their way through slowly. I like how they popped the umbrella through and it went down, and then opened it up and it gathered it like a little bin, so to speak, to hold all the debris that was falling off. Really clever as well. And then obviously going through with the cables and the scaffolds or whatever you want to call it, clicking it into place to create a ladder, a path through. Very smart, really, really good. And like I've said it once, and I'll say it again, usually it's breaking out of places, now it's breaking in, and I'm liking the whole teamwork, sitting down. All of them brought something to the table when he was all stood there talking earlier on the episode when Michael couldn't finish off his sentence, and Alex had to come in and obviously talk about the EMP and stuff like that. What was it? Electromagnetic force, I think he was talking. I do love team efforts. It's really, really good. And like I said, you know, next episode, there's potential to be high activity, lots of fighting. Can't wait. Hopefully you guys are excited too. If you do enjoy today's episode, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.